How you doing? I think it's Wednesday. This is part two of probably many parts of On Purpose. That's what I'm calling it. This is On Purpose, and the sun is hitting the front of my house pretty nice. Just kind of show you that today. Show off Carrie's handiwork, God's handiwork. But so how do we live life on purpose? How do we live life on God's purpose so that our purpose on the earth is fulfilled? On the earth. Our purpose is fulfilled on the earth. So I know one thing about men is oftentimes we lack clear identity. And that's because we're pulled in so many different directions, especially as we get older. So we have this thing in America that's called a job usually, and it pulls on us 40, 50, 60 hours a week. If we're married, we have a spouse, we might have children. We're pulled to be the provider, to be a father, to be a husband. In the Christian realm, we're pulled to be a good example. We're pulled to be well, all kinds of things that I'm going to get into in this on purpose deal. But we're pulled to be faithful, especially in America, to a church building that we go to multiple times a week. We're pulled in a lot of ways there, but just kind of every area in our life. In our hobbies, we're pulled. There's this fight for Saturdays and Sundays, a lot of us in our life, because we work. In America, we work so much. So there's this struggle for evenings and weekends that we've got to somehow share. But I want to share where your true identity is found. So yes, you do have an identity in all of those things, and you have a role to play in all of those things. You are, if you're married and have children, you are the provider, not just the financial provider. You're the spiritual provider of that house. You're the emotional provider. You're the positive person that your kids can look to, that they can look upon and want to become. And we're pulled. So when we look at purpose, let's look at Galatians 2:20. Galatians 2:20 says, I have been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I, but Christ who lives in me. Our purpose here on earth is to glorify God. Our purpose here on earth is to, we're going to cover that in the next couple weeks, but one of our purposes is to have a clear identity, why we're here. And I'm here to tell you that you're here to glorify God, that you have been crucified with Christ, that God has a plan for your life, and as you get your priorities in order, which means putting God first in everything you do, the first thing you do in the morning before you become that role model to your children is you let Christ be the role model to you. You let Christ speak to you. You let his influence on your life happen long before your influence on those around you happen. So today, kind of a short one today, but I know that one reason we don't find our purpose on this earth, why God put us here, is we lack a clear identity. And I want you to find that in Galatians 2:20 this week. Ask the Lord to show it. You read Galatians 2:20. It's longer than I wrote. I just took a couple of parts out of it. It's longer than I wrote, but I think tomorrow in your quiet time, this evening in your quiet time, when you can get away from the chaos of life, read it and ask the Lord to reveal it to you. Lord, where is my identity, and how can I do a better job of putting my identity in Christ? Look to see you soon.